On live here. Hey, we are live, guys. Welcome to my channel. And I have some awesome friends with me for this live book chat. As you can see, we are missing one very awesome, fantastic author. And I'm going to let Alicia tell you what happened with Kerrigan today.
Sure. So Kerrigan Byrne is just the nicest person, and she's a badass, and we love her. And she was watching last week and saw us being all foolish and said, I would love to come on and hang out with you. And we said, great. And then she texted about like an hour ago, and unfortunately she's had her power's been out because of a big storm, and she had a pipe burst in her basement, and she's just had a hell of a day, which we all can completely understand. So she is going to come on with us on Saturday night. And when we kick off the Victorian Rebels, so she's going to be on Saturday night. It's going to be on Carrie's channel. And are we on at 8 or 9?
8.
I think we're on at 8. So Kerrigan will be with us at 8 o'clock on my channel, like Alicia said. So just to let everybody know, but we have some fabulous guests with us tonight that I'm freaking pumped about. Okay, because I'm going to be honest. Am I not stalking their Instagram? Yes. Am I not stalking one of these girls' YouTube? Yes. Am I bugging the other one to get a YouTube channel? Yes. Go ahead, Tori. You can take it off. Whatever, like, introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Tori. I have an Instagram. I have a book podcast, and I have a booktube. I have a lot of shit going on, but I hope that everyone enjoys, because I'm just like new with like posting a lot of content and getting more into my podcast and trying to like tailor that to my Instagram. And it's a lot, but I hope people like it. So yeah.
Well, we like it because that's
we do enjoy.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Great. We love seeing it.
Go ahead, Tiffany.
I'm Tiffany. I go by Neverland Pixie on Instagram, and I am a romance reader, and I am a romance booktube fan. And I'm very happy to be here today because I had never interacted with the community until binging Bridgerton. That's when I was like, I'm going to do the live shows. I'm going to comment about the books. And everyone has just been so kind and so welcoming. So I'm just grateful. I needed it, especially last year. I really needed it. So,
Can you tell us, Tiffany, where does Neverland Pixie come from?
I was going to ask for that.
Yeah, like Neverland Pixie has always been like Neverland, like a place of refuge for me, and just like being able to fly to that place. So whatever that is in my life, if it's books, if it's film, if it's like the next chapter or phase in my life, I always thought about it as Neverland. But as more and more retellings come up, that's starting to get twisted. I mean, I like that. But yeah, that's where that comes from.
That's cute.
Being obsessed with like that childlike wonder of Neverland.
Okay. That's so deep. And see, my name is Books and Chris, and it's just about books and Chris. That was a joke because it's not deep.
That's very creative,
right? I need to get deep like that. I think I gotta switch it up. You guys gonna have to help me switch it up because now I want something that has meaning.
Mine is not deep at all. Book Diva is a spinoff of my planner account, which is Planner Diva. So I'm like, when I try to think of things and then I come up with good ones and they're already taken, I'm like, well, shit. Whatever.
Yeah. See? Oh,
so
Harriet. Hey, Harriet.
So
there she is.
Yeah. So just to let you guys know, that's what kind of happened with the whole Kerrigan situation. So now we have some awesome hosts with us that I'm so excited about. And we literally are going to have a fun book chat tonight and hang out. So what have you guys been doing this week? What's been going on? I want to know the sitch.
Ooh, Natasha, how are you, Natasha? We're worried because you're like right in DC. Are you okay, Natasha? You're off this week, right?
I'm off now. Today was I told my boss I was calling out a mental health day tomorrow. I had to go into the office today. And my office is right behind our Capitol, and our governor declared a state of emergency yesterday. Thankfully, nothing happened, but we have those people that like to walk around and hold their rifles and, just wear all this gear. And look, that's your right. Go for it. But after what happened last week, I really didn't want to be in the area because I don't know if you are going to snap or, puff off crazy or what. But yeah, so I'm off now until next Tuesday. And next week, we're actually not allowed to go to the office at all. So I'll be working from home. Which
so that
is
means
good,
more time to read. Yes. More time to read.
Hey, Jen.
Right.
Oh, Jen's here. Hey, Jen. Oh, her own book. Yay. Oh, it's the Rake Appreciation. Right? Is that
amazing, guys?
I think it's the Rake Appreciation Society. Isn't that what it is?
I think it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
With Crystal, where's she at? She not here?
I couldn't do any more Julia Quinn. I love her. I just needed
a break.
After eight in a row, I needed
at least you needed some dirty.
I needed to get some dirty.
Yeah, I want to get dirty.
I needed to get to my Katie Robert. I needed I needed some Minaj, and there was no Minaj in Bridgerton. Colin and Penelope aren't having sex with Philippa. It was just, I can't. There was not enough.
I'm happy there wasn't a Minaj. I'm not going to lie.
There was not enough Minaj.
We can leave the Minaj at home. But so here's the thing. Do you remember, Alicia? So we did talk to Samantha.
Yes.
And we got her books for what we're going to read.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. I got a cozy mystery. And I have to say, it will be the only fucking cozy mystery I ever read. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry to all the cozy mystery people. So then I sent the ones to Carrie, and Carrie's are neighbors who have sex with other neighbors, and hers.
Yeah, and I'm always in the middle, downloading all these books.
No, there's a foursome going on. I'm like, oh heck no, I don't want to read about a foursome.
Yes, I'm downloading Carrie's, and then to me she sends the perfect little bake shop. I'm
sorry. Mine's gonna be hard for me to read. I feel like this is school again, where it's you get this hard one and you get this hard one, and you.
Which one is it?
Oh, honey, it ain't nothing like school.
Yeah, I didn't go to that school.
No, if school was like that, I might have my doctorate by now.
Okay.
You got that PhD. The big D in the PH.
Oh my goodness.
We should have warned you, Tori and Tiffany.
I know.
We're good.
Tiffany knows. Tori's been watching us for a while now. She knows too. She knows how we get down.
I know. Tiffany just read Abel, which is on my list for the next couple days. So
yes, I love a good MMS. Okay, Carrie, we're gonna warm you up.
I know.
Here's the thing, though. I'm really excited about the book I got. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very excited about the one Samantha recommended to me. She recommended Truth or Dare by, I forget who that's by. Do you guys help me out here?
Oh, I got it. Wait, I got it. I look it up. Hold up. I got you.
It's Danielle something, I think.
I am excited. When you put a hot guy on the cover, I'm a cover person. Hot guy on the cover, sure, why not? You guys would know this one. It's Truth or Dare. Someone help me out here.
I'm getting it.
I recommended it a lot. Hot guy on the cover with no shirt on.
Danielle Allen.
Yeah, I got a cupcake on my cover.
And then we got the Go Deep with Rosie Adams.
Let me see this.
Okay, wait. I gotta get the cover.
The swinger foursome is called Neighborly.
Yes.
By Katrina Jackson.
This is I totally bought my cover.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, and then this is Alicia's cover. Let me get Alicia's cover. This is Alicia's cover. Can you guys see?
It's like bookshop. It's like a cake.
Alicia's got muffins. Alicia's got muffins and cookies and strawberry shortcake on yours.
Just imagine what they'll do with that frosting,
Yes,
Alicia.
Not in the book. I gotta imagine it later. Like,
Oh my gosh.
I gotta imagine it later. So
yes, I am. I am reading the Bound by series with Cora Riley, and I am.
Oh, good.
Jen always does this to me.
Okay, good one.
Just to let you guys know, I've read that series and I freaking loved it. I love
that series.
Yeah,
It was so good.
It is so good. I read it last year. I think more books have come out in the series, but the second one was bomb. The second book, first one I loved, but the second one I really loved. The third, like they just keep getting better.
I'm starting the third one tonight. I read it.
Ooh, I love it. Love it. So
Okay.
yeah, no.
I love
And
a
they-
good menage.
No, but I do too. But Carrie doesn't necessarily. She likes when a menage, but not when there's like more than that. Like I'm trying to think about it.
And not really a C, but like I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna give it a good college try, because I can't say I don't like it if I haven't tried it.
Yeah.
Doesn't love it when necessarily like a sword crosses another sword.
Like I don't know.
They're
about
gonna be
that.
rubbing swords, and Carrie's gonna be like, "Oh my Jesus!" I can see her reading it.
I'll be on Instagram being like, I don't know what I'm reading at this point. I just don't even know.
No,
So
it's so good.
It's good.
It's so good. You have to do it. You have to get into it. And,
we're gonna give it a try. Now, if it ends up, because I'm like a fantasy girl, so like in fantasy, that's not really a thing. In fantasy.
no, but
It might be a thing.
But
in
it is fantasy.
Girl, we need to get you fantasizing. Who fantasizing?
I'll look up the definition of
like
fantasy.
magic systems and stuff, not fantasy like in my fantasies,
No.
Well, when you put all the magic systems together, it is so much fun. And
See, if a fairy having sex with the druid, who's having sex with the berserker. I mean, this could all come together.
Yeah, that would be really interesting. If someone could pull that off, I'd be really fascinated.
we should ask Kerrigan. She wants to do the paranormal.
Right.
That's true. I just read her Highland Magic collection this week. Have y'all read that?
I have it on the Kindle.
Druids and berserkers and banshees.
I have it on the Kindle. Thanks to yeah, I'm excited.
It's Kindle Unlimited, so it's like free, but it's like 9 books. I read them all back to back to back because I'm a freak like
9?
So.
Oh my god!
But they're like novellas. They're like
okay.
each-ish, yeah. I'm like a freak like that, so I read them back to back to back. But
Me too.
I would highly recommend them. What have y'all read this week, Natasha?
I'm in halfway through the Sierra Simone book that we're reading right now.
American Queen again with the swords crossing.
Okay. I got to a part last night and I had to put the book down. I'm like, ooh, wait a minute. Because when you read that kind of book, I'm single at the moment. So I'm reading that book and I'm looking over like, oh, well, it's just a pillow here. Let me put this shit down and go to sleep.
But Boo, that's when you go to the drawer. You don't have a drawer next to your bed.
Girl,
You have a
drawer,
next to your bed.
my poor drawer. My poor drawer.
Man, what did I sign up for here?
Wait, is your drawer filled to the top, Natasha?
Look, I got to that part. I was like, I couldn't even compete with that. But it's good so far. But I've also read.
Wait, what book are you? You're not talking about 15 inches, right?
No,
American
Queen.
American.
This is my first Sierra Simone book.
I think I've heard Simone before. I'm trying to think. What else did she come out with?
So
She's
she
got
has
a lot.
a bunch of anthologies. She's in like the Duke I'd Like to F. I'm sure. I think actually Tori has one, right? Yes, The Lesson in Thorns. So did you read
heard great things
whole
about that one.
Thorn Chapel? Did you read the whole thing?
So I've read the first 3 books. So the 4th book just came out like in November or December, and I haven't I've been waiting for the paperback because I have all the books. And I think she just put it out, but I haven't ordered it yet. But I do want to read that one to like finish up the series and to see how it all finishes out.
I'm so excited. I haven't started that series because I did Priest, Sinner, and then I did American Queen, American Prince, and then whenever that readathon comes back to the final one, American King, I'm going to jump back in. But that's me, sorry. But I really love Sierra Simone. She's good. Have you read her, Tiffany?
Not yet.
Oh, girl, you got to add her. I mean, Tori likes her. We all like her.
I like her writing. She just does it like not just what she writes, but how she writes it. It just makes it feel like you're like in the book too. I don't know how else to describe it.
Oh yeah, I felt like I was there. I was like,
yeah.
And her other one.
And just to note, Jen has a chest of drawers.
Yeah.
Okay.
You go, girl.
Yes. I think it is like with hers, I feel like there's a lot of religious kind of, so I could see how people could be turned off by her. I mean, they're like priest, sitter, and then the other ones with the Thorn Chapel, I feel like they could be a little bit, and she's talked about how, like in interviews, how she uses religion as like part of her inspiration. So I feel like people could be kind of turned off by her. Like, you have to be okay going into priest knowing that they're going to like go at it like crazy on an altar.
Woo!
And yeah, like, and he's like a hot priest. You have to be okay that like that's, I don't know what the trigger warning / content warning is for that, but you have
I've never seen a hot priest though. I gotta say, I've never seen in real life. I've never seen a hot priest. So.
I go to church. Why would I see any priest?
Yeah, I don't really go to church, so it doesn't. I don't care what you do on the altar.
I've seen hot priests.
I've seen one, and
Really?
it was many, many years ago.
Yeah.
And I felt really bad thinking about what was could possibly be under that robe, being that he was married and all. And I was like, ooh, well, wait, I'm in church.
Like my nephew went to Catholic school, and he, I didn't like, he was attractive, and he was very like, if you need anyone to talk to, and it was like, I need to get out of here. This isn't one of my novels. Like, this is, I've seen him.
Yeah. Let me comfort you. And I'm like,
exactly.
Yeah, he wants to put hands on you. Amen.
I'm just
all the hands on you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm finally getting to the comments, guys. Yes, Carrie, I have read Penelope Douglas. I've read Birthday Girl. I've read a couple others too from her. I'm trying to think. Like, I can't remember titles very well, but yes, I've read that.
I just read Corrupt this weekend, actually.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was like I went through like, I wouldn't say dark romance, but those like type of romances like years ago when I was in college. And then like I kind of like moved away from it and got into like contemporary new adult. And then I went to like fantasy for a while. And like now I'm kind of moving back towards that. Like I've had a bunch of books that like on my Kindle from like 2016, 2015. So I was like, well, why not? I'm just chilling in bed. Why not? And my fiance was sitting next to me and I was like, oh shit. I was like, this book is like not what I thought. Like I was just like, oh, okay. And then there's like that scene towards the end. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. I'm for that. That's fine. Let's go. So I haven't picked up the second or third book, but I'm making my way through that series.
I got that one on my Kindle, so it's on my list.
When are you getting married, Tori? Have you guys picked a date? Oh, no.
Oh.
So we were supposed to get married last November. So November 3rd, 2020. And we're going to Turks and Caicos. It's like destination wedding type thing.
Oh.
Well, that didn't fucking happen because there's a pandemic and no one can fucking travel. Sorry, I should probably watch my mouth.
No,
but
drop the bomb.
So we just like redid everything. We just redid everything for this November 3rd, 2021. So hopefully everyone gets vaccinated by then. Hopefully everything kind of calms down. So like me and my family can make our way to Turks and Caicos and I can get married. on an island on the beach.
Oh,
Okay.
But it's our 10-year anniversary, so yeah, we've been together 10 years. So we're getting married on our normal anniversary. So it's special in its own way.
it was meant to be then. See,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
There was a lot of shit.
We got married on a beach. It was amazing. I love. Yeah, that's a good plan.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We had sex on a beach, but we didn't get married on a beach.
I knew it was coming.
I knew that was where this was headed. I knew it.
I was either going to be Alicia or Chris. I knew one of them was going to jump in there.
That's like people's bucket list at that point.
Oh man. It's not
That's
all
not all
it's
it's
cracked up to be, let me
cracked up
tell
to be.
you.
No, the
No,
sand is-
it's not.
You don't need the sand, no. Like I think
No,
romance
the
novels-
sand. 2 days later, you're like, where the hell did that sand come from?
I spent too much money on this hair. And then they think it's sexy, the sand. And I'm like, this is not cute.
No,
This is not how it was written in the books. Okay.
Right?
Yeah, no.
This is not what I signed up for.
I feel like we have like I have like a little bit of a bone to pick on some of like the sex scenes in romance novels, because like how often does the man like pick up the woman and throw her against the wall?
Not that often.
I mean,
I'd break in half. Like, how can
yeah. And, like, I mean, my husband is 6'2" and he's like buff as shit. He's got like an 8-pack. And if I was like, hey baby, pick me up and throw me against the wall, he'd be like, no. He'd be like, that would hurt my back. No. I feel like I am having these unrealistic expectations of how this is going to happen, right? And he's just like, no, not going to happen.
Not gonna happen. It's too much.
No, too much. He's like, I'm old.
Yeah.
I'm 42. I'm going to throw out my back. And I'm like, okay. I just read a book about a highlander, and he like threw her over his shoulder and carried her up the stairs. And he was like,
Which, by the way, that will lead us into Tiffany has cracked into The Highwayman by Kerrigan Byrne.
But we will not speak about any.
we will not speak
We
of
won't
it.
speak of spoilers.
no. Don't
Yeah.
tell, matter of fact, don't tell them.
Yeah, but it has
Show everybody your book.
okay.
Show everybody your book.
Oh.
Yeah,
Y'all
Yeah.
think I'm serious.
right. Okay. So this is what I'm thinking is everybody needs to get on this chat right now and tell Tiffany that she needs to start a YouTube channel. Like right now. Just put it in the comments that she needs to start a YouTube channel. Like
Yes, girl.
I'm a romance booktuber like fan. I can't even believe even like your pages, like I couldn't even imagine like the work that you guys put into that. I'm just like honestly.
editing.
It's not hard at all. Well, I can't speak too much because my page looks like shit compared to other people's, but I don't give a fuck.
Your page looks good.
No, but like
Just do what you want to do.
I
Don't
am
listen.
Tiffany.
You don't have to be like other people taking the
Like,
aesthetic
like-
pictures, and you just do whatever the fuck you want. Who cares? People are gonna like you for you. Don't you know what I mean? Like your personality's bomb. Your little videos that you've been doing on your page draw attention.
I like go to your page. I specifically go to your page.
Yeah.
To see what you have to say.
I just have like if I'm reading something, I have to share it, and I'm working really hard on not giving spoilers. But I just like you guys know I just love gushing about books. I love it. I have to tell people,
Yes.
and I have to tell people where I'm getting the recommendations too, because it's like, come on, you got to put people on.
Mm-hmm.
All these people, like you've already got like 20 followers already, like or at least just from this little 28 followers just from this group.
Thank you guys.
Yep, do it.
Please do it.
Oh, and by the way, I made a video yesterday. So if you guys haven't seen it, you can go over to Books and Chris and see my video.
I watched that shit last night. I saw you post it and I was like, click.
I plan to spend tomorrow just catching up on all the videos. I'm so behind on everybody's videos.
My daughter was my little. She made a little cameo. She was my little producer in the beginning. She didn't know that I was recording, and she was behind the screen here. And she's like, and you could talk about all the, and she couldn't say authors, and she's like, and I'm like laughing, and I'm recording the whole time. She didn't know. It was cute. So yeah,
it was so cute because I wasn't expecting that. I actually thought I missed a live from you. I was like, because I saw books and bullshit with Chris, and I was like, I missed it. I was like, what the hell? How did I miss this? Like, I usually have the notifications on, and then I realized you didn't stream it. You just uploaded it. So I was watching, and I was like, oh my God, is that her daughter? Oh my, it was just so cute. Oh my God.
Thank you.
It was just so cute.
My peanut.
No. So Tiffany, everybody's saying you need a search channel. No pressure though, or anything like that.
And listen, you don't have to go crazy buying all this, expensive shit.
Use your phone, yeah.
No, it's an
Actually,
iPhone.
I use my phone. I just started my channel at the beginning of December, and I've had my podcast, but like my fiance, he went to school for like music, like audio major. I don't know what the hell his degree's in. It was some like fancy thing. So he has all this stuff. Like he has like a Mac with all this like sound equipment and stuff. So like I have that part of it, but like honestly, you can do everything with like free versions and everything. Like if you have an iPhone, like 10, 11, 12, sometimes that looks just as good as someone who has this $600-700 camera. Like I don't have that money. So like just turn it on and talk, and I promise you, like it'll, like the first 2 times I recorded, it was like so much easier. And then like editing is just fun because then I like see myself like acting fucking stupid, and then like I kind of put those in. So it's just like a whole enjoyable experience, at least for me personally. I was really nervous to start. Like I was thinking about it for months, and I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm too scared. I don't want to get on camera. I don't like my face. I'm like on like YouTube and stuff like that. Then I was like, fuck it, why not?
You don't like your face? Your face is freaking gorgeous. Like,
I don't like watching myself. I don't like watching myself. So it's like when I post a video, I really go back and watch it. Like I'll edit it once, export it, and that's it. Like I'll hurry up and like rush through it to make sure there's no like mess it like skips or anything. But other than that, like I literally I don't want to just upload it and be done with it.
Your videos are good. I am so
real good. I've got unboxing. Okay, so here's the sitch, guys. With my videos, is they're there. They're supposed to be there, but I'm like in the process of trying to move. So, because I have to. So yeah, my videos, I'm trying to get them up, but yeah, it's just impossible right now.
But that's the thing. Life happens, and you don't have to upload. Like you just explain it to your people, and they get it.
Yeah, they totally get it. So like,
and your book friends will always be there to support you. We don't go nowhere. We subscribe nowhere.
Yeah, you tell me what you want me to pump, and I'll put it on my channel. No, yeah, just let me know. I don't care.
I'm just so excited that like Tori is reading the Black Dagger Brotherhood, because then I can have somebody else to like talk to about it.
It's so
like,
good.
I feel like she's like reading her in her podcast, and then she was reading it, and I'm like, you know, because I know Carrie's not into that, and neither is Natasha.
I read them. I'm up to book 8. I mean, it's been years.
I'm not up to book 19 or 55 or whatever she's on. I'm still in the first 10.
Okay, but are we talking about
Thank you, Danielle.
What's her name? J.R. Ward. Okay, it's only because like. Okay, she's a very good author. A lot of people love her. Like J.R. Ward's good. It's just one of those things where it's just like, yeah, it's a little redundant for me, but like a lot of people love her. Like,
don't be talking about JR now, girl.
Wait,
let me take my headphones.
Word building, like your 700 pages of like let's build a world of fucking.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, here's the thing. You could totally go on me too, because with Crescent City, I liked Crescent City, but a lot of people do not like Crescent City by S.J. Maas.
Let me tell you something. The beginning of that book. Now I can't speak about the end because I heard the end is good, but the beginning of that book is fucking torture.
It's just info dumping. She's info dumping because she can, because she's S.J. Maas. She can info dump because it's like
every book.
Should I continue?
No, it's not every book. It's because I read the A Court of Thorn and Roses.
She doesn't info dump in every book.
And that book was great. And Mr. Fury was fucking bomb as hell. Love that. But Crescent City, I don't know. It's like confusing while you're reading it. You're like, what the fuck is she saying? Why? What is it? Where is this coming from? There's a fucking. So the wolf is real. Like I was reading it and I'm like, she said there's a wolf, and are you thinking like a
they
dog? Haven't changed into, but it was like literally like a fucking dog, and she's walking around like talking like a human, but she's a fucking dog. Like
she's a wolf.
She was a fucking wolf, and then the friend is not a wolf. What's the friend? Is she an elf?
No,
fairy.
Well, I don't want to give any spoilers away. Like I don't want to.
It was confusing. Then it's like a little pixie person, and it was just like then they're walking down the street, and then she changes, and the other one stole her jeans, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I read the first 50 pages and then decided to leave it till Fantasy Romance February and just maybe try again.
And now you scared her, Chris.
Yeah,
I
so
have
now
it right there. Literally right there. It's on my shelf.
I have it.
Tori, have you read
Crystal?
I haven't read Crescent City, but I read the Akatar series, and I love that. So I was like, well, check out more. So I bought 2 of her books for Christmas, and now I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to do all this shit with Crescent City if it's like, if it's all info dumping like that.
Well,
so
no,
I'm nervous.
She like kicked it into high gear at the very end, and I think she's going to be really cognizant of it with book 2, because that was one of the main things that people like kind of got on her about was the info dumping in the beginning. Because
I think that book was just probably like pre-made, and she did so good with A Court of Thorn and Roses. They like rushed production, and she didn't have time to like edit it and go back and like. You know how when you read a book, it's supposed to be smooth and you could follow the story?
Right.
The beginning of that book is not like that. The beginning of the book is what the fuck is going on? Okay, I'm going to keep reading because I don't fucking know what's going on. And then you start to get it, you're like, what the fuck? And then it gets to the point where you're just like, this is fucking boring. I don't have time for this shit. And I put it down. That's what happens to me.
Yeah. And then, Brooke, she's asking about... Sorry. So Brooklyn's asking about the new covers for the new book for
about them.
And okay, here's my first question. Do you like them? Did you see it? You should. Have you seen it yet? The new cover for
I've never seen any
book.
The silver and the orange one, right?
Silver and orange. Yeah. Have you?
It's like okay. I mean, it's not like terrible, but then again, I'm a new fan to this series. I literally just read it in 2020, so I'm like, to me, I'm like, I don't give a fuck what the cover looks like at this point. I'll still read the book because I want to know what happens. So I'm like in the middle. I don't know.
And her team was thinking, and me and Christy talked about this. Her team was thinking that she wanted to open up to a bigger audience. So she wanted to make the covers to where men or other people would be more likely to pick up this cover instead of just females or other people. I'm just trying not to be specific here. But yeah, so it was kind of like she was trying to make the covers universal. But I think it might, I don't know if her other covers are so different than what her covers are for this. So I don't know if I love them. I don't know if I hate them. I just think it is what it is. What do you guys think?
I haven't seen them, so
I got nothing. Yeah, I have no opinion.
I'm gonna look.
I have no opinion. I can't get into that, to the Sarah J. Maas. I just can't get into the world building. I'm just like I can't hang with like those kinds of like, it's going to take me 800 pages to describe how each world has like a specific beast and then this, and I just want to like slip my wrist. So this one is like like as much as I can do.
You and Charles.
As much as I could do as far as world building goes. And this one is like, okay, because there was a ton of sex. If there's not a ton of sex, then I can't hang. Like if it's
I think I said that in like my podcast episode actually, because I like finally after my reading vlog I sat down and I was like, I need to get my thoughts together in this book because I didn't explain it as well as I wanted to. So I sat down and I was like, it's slow burn with the plot because the first 400 pages like really make you work for it, but then it's also slow burn with the relationship, but it was like just enough to where I was like, I want another page, I want another chapter. Right. Are they gonna like is another fucking bloody hand job going to come up? Like, what else is going to come up? So I was like, constantly, I wanted to keep pushing and reading. And then I got to page 400. And I think in my reading blog, I was like, something needs to happen.
Wait, should I take my earphones out?
Yeah, take them out.
Okay, I'll take them out.
Oh.
I can't hear anything you're saying. Go ahead, talk about it.
Like halfway. She's like,
sorry, I didn't realize she hasn't finished it. I'm sorry. But I got to that page 400 and in my reading blog, I was like, something needs to happen. And then it all like, just like came like crashing back. And I was like, fuck yes. I was like, yes, I'm so ready for it. I was so happy that it happened.
I was like,
it was really good.
Put it on me. I was ready to.
I was so impressed with the female character because in my mind, I can't imagine, how are you still alive? How have you gone through all the shit you went through and still trying to live with? And how are you still alive and getting freaky the way you're getting freaky? God.
Let me just tell you, I've said this before, I have RA and I also have a limp in my left leg. Like my knee does not bend, right? You can make it work. I'm just going to say you can make it work. Trust me.
But she still had like broken like body parts. And I'm like, girl. She just went, I was impressed. She went through a lot.
It's so good.
And the end of the book made it worth it.
Yeah, it was really good.
I usually don't pick up. I'm not a slow burn girl, nor am I in my personal life. So, but there's something to be said about like everything meaning something in that book. Like after that, I listened to the Fated Maids podcast, and then like I went back and I reread it, and I was like, oh my God. But in the beginning, it was a little bit hard. I really had to focus on that initial setup too. And then it was just like,
yes.
I struggled with the names too in the very beginning. Because I didn't have the audiobook. My library barely carries any romance. So I'm making up these names in my head, and every time I'm reading them, I'm like, ooh, that I don't know. I struggled. Yeah.
And I'm a narrator snob, so I am. I'll admit it. I need performance, and like the audiobook for me, like after like listening to Sea of Ruin, I was like, no.
Right.
So I really had to just like sit there and like commit. But oh my God, that book.
Which one? Heart of Blood and Ash or Sea of Ruin?
Heart of Blood and Ash. It was good. It was good for me.
Right.
But it was a slow, it was a slow burn. And then same thing with Birthday Girl. I wasn't expecting to be into Birthday Girl being like, that was a slow burn. And it was just so hot. And speaking about a hero throwing someone over their shoulder, I want that too. But that was a great book too. It's been a great.
So I don't know if you guys saw or not, but someone in the comments.
You guys still talking about this or not?
No, you're back. I'm back.
Oh, okay. All right.
Someone mentioned in the comments though that SJ Mass, the reason why her cover had changed was because it's gonna become adult. So her next 3 books will be an adult instead of YA, which I knew that's kind of the way she was going to go. So she could put as much steam in there as she actually wants to put in there. So she was holding back for a YA. So I'm excited to see what adult's going to look like.
So what are you going to read for this fantasy February, Carrie? If you've read like every fantasy that I could possibly ever think of. Besides like the Swords Crossing Menage fantasy that I was going to write for you.
Girl, you know what? For Fire Feb, I'm going to read number 3 for definitely for Bridget Kramer. I don't even know how to say your last name. And that down that road, but it's the 3rd for The Curse So Dark and Lonely. I thought I got it on NetGalley. I'm like, oh, so cool. I got this on NetGalley. It was approved, but it was approved for the first 4 chapters. So I literally am hanging there with the first 4 chapters in my mind, and I don't have the rest of the book. So I'm definitely going to read that for Fire Feb. And if you guys don't know what Faro Feb is, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but it's a whole month dedicated to fantasy romance. So you guys, for the month of February, everybody's going to read fantasy romance. It's going to be fabulous, along with the Victorian Rebels series. So I'm going to be switching off from like series to series. So I haven't put my TBR together yet, but I know that's going in there. I've got a lot of fantasies on the back burner that I'm dying to get to. Like, I'm pretty sure Legendborn is going to go in there because I've heard everybody rave about it. So I have to put that in there. I was going to read it in January and haven't got to it. So February is going to be where it's at. What are you guys reading for? If you guys end up doing fantasy for February, what are you guys going to read?
Because of Tori and Jen, I'm going to do A Touch of Darkness and A Touch of Ruin. I want to read Pestilence. And I want to read Radiance. I want to read Too Much. And I want to read The Second in Millivanes. So is it?
Oh, yeah. Yes. I want to read The Second Millivanes. So when you're going to do that, let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know too. I have it. I have it sitting like right there.
Yeah.
We need an emotional support group.
Right.
We need like emotional support groups for this second one.
So I'm here for that one. Like the heroine and the hero. Like, so I'm like trying to figure out. And then I know I'm just going to add a whole bunch of books while it's happening. Being a reader, it's like I sit there and I'm like, today I was like setting up my TBR and I'm like, girl, please, you know you're going to change this. Like, I don't know why I do it.
See, and I'm a mood reader too. So to have all these things planned, I'm like, I know I'm going to want to throw a contemporary in there in February because I'm just like that. And I'm just like, okay, well, we're going to see how much I actually get done. Like reality, because I think someone had mentioned how the Peace Love Books and Lisa from Remarkably Lisa and Lacey from Book Lovers, they're doing their HR readathon. And I'm just like, okay, what am I reading for that? Like, okay, I've got one book planned because I know I'm going to throw in a bunch of other stuff. Like,
and it's Black History Month. I have all these own voice books that I want to read too. So I'm like, girl. And then Break Appreciation. Sarah McLean's going to be at their like on
at the end.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So it's going to be a great month.
I have a book. I have a book for that Sarah McLean. I ended up with 2 copies of the first book of that. I need to give one away. I need to go on their Discord and give one away.
Woo.
I have the hardcover for, is it whatever the first one is. I have the hardcover and I have a paperback. I need to give it away. So I'll go on there tonight and do it actually. But yes, good job. Man, that sounds a lot. What are you reading, Tori?
So for the historical romance readathon, like how I know I'm a mood reader too. So like I set a TBR and I always like fuck it up and completely like do away with that. But what I started doing is I started only putting like 10 books on my TBR instead of like 20. And then I pick and choose based on my mood. So I have like a nonfiction and then I have like fantasy and then I have contemporary and then I'll throw a paranormal in there. So I kind of do that, but I have 7 books for the historical romance readathon. I have, of course, that's not including the Kerrigan Byrne. So I'm like, I gotta squeeze that in sometime. and then I have like my normal TBR for January. I think I have like a couple books left for that. So I'm pretty busy, but I think I could do it. And then for the fantasy for February, I didn't even know that was a thing until today. I literally fell on Instagram today and I have all these books from Christmas, like fantasy books. I have them up here. Hang on. A Curse, So Dark and Lonely. I have Fable.
Yes. Oh my God.
I'm reading that too.
I have Throne of Glass, and then
the Fable on your list.
Crescent City. What else do I have? I think that's all the fantasy. Oh, Crave. Does that count? That's a paranormal, right?
Yes, that counts. That
counts.
Yes.
And he's
vampires and shit. Hell yeah.
So yeah, I have that. I might reread From Blood and Ash or like ACOTAR, that series, because I know that one, the Court of Silver Flames is coming out in February, so I got to get that one. But
that's going to be on my list for sure.
Yeah.
One of those books takes me like a fucking week to read because they're huge.
Yeah.
Audio
done in like 2 days.
I know. I do like audio now. Me and audio, we like this now.
I read audiobooks. Like I work 9 to 5. Like I sit at a desk, not 10 to 6, whatever. And I sit at a desk and I can't really fucking read at all, like a physical book. So I have like an audiobook TBR and then I have my physical book TBR. So I'll read an audiobook throughout the day. Like I just finished Hood Feminism today and it was like the perfect book for me to read during like working. And then like I switched to a historical romance tonight before I like coming on here.
I have that on my TBR. How did you rate it?
so good. 5 stars. It's so good.
Really?
It makes you.
Okay,
It makes you think. It makes like such good points that like that she like puts it in your face. She points it out. She was like, "This is how it is. There's no sugarcoating it. No one ever fucking thinks about this." And it's just like it was a perfect read. I loved it so much.
Oh, I can't wait, man.
Yeah, it was so
Yay!
good. And it's really short. It's only the audio is only 6.5 hours or something like that. So,
Oh, that's not bad.
Really good.
Yeah, you
Well,
kick that up.
Culty's taking me fucking 10 days to listen to an audiobook because it's like I don't even know how many hours long. But let me tell you, I love the narrator. She's bomb. I love her.
Callie
I did the Wall
Dawson.
5 out of 5 for Wall of Winnipeg. Absolutely, 5 out of 5 for Wall of Winnipeg. And Culty, I'm loving it so far, but they haven't connected yet, so I'm waiting for that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like it's gonna be at the way end.
I know. Well, that's how it was with Wall of Winnipeg too. Like the whole sex scene. I was like dying for that to happen. Then when it finally happened, it was so good, and it was such a good story. Like it didn't even really need it, to be honest with you. It didn't. I really enjoyed the Wall of Winnipeg. I have to say it was really, really good. I talked a lot of shit about it because it's that slow burn, and I'm not a slow burn. I want the goods from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I'm not a slow burn at all, but her writing, and her little like in her brain, like how she like talks shit in her brain is so me. Like she was like, I'm looking at him right now and I could just go like this, and I'm like, yeah, that's how I am in my head all the time.
No, and it's just like the way she sets these characters up. Like they're always trying to. It's more than just a romance. There's like overcoming things. They're becoming better people as they go along. Like MZ's good at that, and I just loved having something extra in my romance. I mean, of course, I love the romance. Like that's what I'm there for. But I love having something a little bit more on top of that.
Yeah,
I started reading Lingus, but I'm doing it like 10 to 20 pages a day because I'm padding it with Mafia Boys. You know what I mean? So I'm doing like 10 to 50, and then I'm just like going back to it and going back to it. So.
And Lingus is fun. Like Lingus you'll get a good kick out of. I feel like that's a good starting point because it kind of sets you up for how MZ is. But I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like, you don't want to, it's bad because Chris started off with the best and it's like, she's going to go back to see the other ones eventually. And it's like, they're great. They're really good, but they're not going to be like her best. You know what I mean? So it's only.
I kind of thought about that. Like I thought about that, how I'm going to set myself up to really love this book. And then the other ones are all going to be like subpar compared to this one.
Right.
But if I didn't read Wall of Winnipeg, I will guarantee I'll never pick up From Luke Off with Love. I'll never open that book again. And I would have never opened Culty. Would have never opened it. Yeah. So even though I did start with the best, I know Culty's going to probably be at least a 4.5 or a 4. I could tell already from right now. It's not going to be a 5 because Wall of Winnipeg, I know that book was well, everybody says, who knows? I could get to the end of Culty and be like, fuck Wall of Winnipeg, Culty's a shit, but
I doubt it.
We'll see.
No, but
I have an unpopular opinion when it comes to books. Everybody will love a book and I'll be like,
I respect that though. You like what you like and you keep it real. So
yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. You don't want to go with the crowd. You want to go with what you like because someone's going to be exactly what you like. You know what I mean? They're not going to be like what everybody else likes.
Yeah.
So, I agree.
Give me crap all the time about the books that I hate. What's my opinion? I'm entitled to. My opinion about books does not hurt you at all. If you love that book, well, then go love that book.
Yeah, just like my sister reads a lot of those self-help books, like. And I'm like, that shit is so boring. Why are you reading that shit? You don't need that. Throw that shit down. Inner peace and all that shit. You just pick up some smut. It's fun. Trust that shit. It's too much thinking. Aren't you tired of thinking? By the end of the day, I don't want to think no more. I just want to be somebody else.
Right. And here's the thing I want to talk about too is like, once you like get into that mind frame of like, you like your certain books and they are just everything to you. It's hard for me to go back to TV because at the end of the day, the books are good that I'm like,
no. I love me some TV.
To get into TV.
Television is like my passion. That's what I do. Like that's my
right.
I'll always. But
Wait, what did you say, Tiffany? Say that again.
Like I work in film and television. Like that's my industry. I will always try to fight to be able to produce things that I read. And that's why I like novels, because they won't put it on TV or in a film. They're going to reformat it. They're going to change it. And that's why I love novels. That's why I like romance novels, because I can get what I need from a romance novel that I might not see on television and film. But like I'm doing all of the things. I don't even know how I have time to do it, but I can't give up my TV.
So tell us what you do, because now it sounds really interesting. Like I have a feeling like you work with Tyler
No, I just
Tyler Perry.
He's in Atlanta.
I know.
Yes,
I know.
He's in Atlanta. I write script coverage. So I do script coverage for scripts, like people submit them and then I read them and I kind of do like a summary and analysis and a recommendation of if they should produce it or not. And then when the world's open, I work as a production assistant, like on sets. I used to work on the Dr. Oz show in New York, but COVID. So I came back to California to save my parents.
I was watching him when COVID hit and how he was filming from home and he had a couple of people in his house and like his whole thing, and he was still trying to make the videos. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
your career sounds pretty interesting, my dear.
It's fun.
Well, that's probably why you love to read, because but you read all day and then you come home and you read for fun. You read, so you must read fast. You read fast.
And I like the books because I can talk about the books. I can't talk about the scripts because you know what I mean. It's so hard. But the books I can talk about, and then right now I can pretty much do it whenever, and I'm on vampire hours, so it just works for me. Which is like, that's been nice to be able to do it whenever I don't know what, like when I get back to being on set, like me going to bed at 3 to 6 a.m. isn't gonna work anymore. But for right now, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
I'm running on grandma hours.
Yeah.
If I'm running on grandma hours.
For what you do, Natasha or Tiffany, were you like, Bridgerton hit it out of the park, or were you like, ooh, I would have done it different? Like as far as like from production.
Oh, they hit it out of the park for me.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to like be nitpicky, like I could go there, but no, they hit it out of the park for me. I just love, and you know how I know that? Because I just watched it and I enjoyed it. I did not have my thinking cap on, and like it was absolutely gorgeous. Like every frame of that was gorgeous. Like my favorite still of that trailer, I knew I was gonna like it, when Daphne, the duel, when she jumps on the horse and she has this like gorgeous blue garment and she's literally in the middle of the frame flanked by men, because don't they do, we have to come in and insert ourselves, but it's just like, it was just gorgeous to me. So I think they did a really good job, and we need a green light for season 2. I'm
like now. Here's the thing that, okay, this is a spoiler, so if you want to shut off your ears for a second, I really wish she would have actually got shot in that scene, so they could have played out that whole scene.
That didn't sound right.
Well, no. In the book, she got shot, right? But in like when she was running with the horses through, she didn't get shot. Like I wanted her to get. Okay, this totally.
Yeah, but then if she would have got shot in the show, she would have been like shot in her uterus and never been able to have kids. And then there goes the story.
Like I wanted to be like more dramatic for that scene. I wanted that scene to be more. I don't know. That sounded.
Karen's like, I only like my A and my B, but I wish her ass would have got shot.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that, because in the book she does get shot and he's all like concerned about her and stuff. And I was hoping she would have gotten shot during that scene from the book, not like for shot.
That's not the blood I was waiting to see.
Okay, so
Carrie.
Yeah.
Kimberly has a good Kimberly has a good post. She said her Portuguese teacher yesterday told her she thought more sex was missing on Bridgerton, that they sold it as an erotic Jane Austen and she was waiting for more. I kind of agree. I think they did put sex in there and it was like risque, but it could have been a lot dirtier and it could have been more sex.
It was
I think that
and it could have been longer.
And like then I see like all these like I don't know if you guys follow the Shade Room. It's like a urban like hip hop, right? So they posted like they've been posting like reels and stuff of Bridgerton, and they're like, oh, when I saw the sex scene and like they're doing and I'm like, I didn't think the sex scenes was that great. Like
I feel
normal.
like the sex scenes were way too short. They got in there, they acted like rabbits,
and it was like boom, 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 boom. Like what is that?
Get in, get out. No, yeah, there was no foreplay.
It should have been like the camera should have zoomed in on his like hands going up her legs, and
they could have gone there with it. Like
they could have
gone there with it.
Yes. No, even power be bringing y'all. Anybody watch Power?
Power scenes be like 4 minutes long. That's
Lala with her
family like
boobies out. You see that with Lala? It was Lala and what's his name?
Tommy,
yeah, that was a good one. I was like, oh shit, yes.
Her husband was so mad during the filming of that because they had to keep reshooting it. They had to ask him to leave.
Oh my god, that was good though. That was good.
Power is the show.
Oh,
Power is
a show. It's addicting. It's really, 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 really.
What do you like
really
the Bridgerton musical hashtag that is on Instagram right now with Abigail?
So good.
Oh my god.
So good. Who is that girl? She's like Irish. You can hear like she has like
Abigail Barlow. She's
that
so
accent.
talented.
Oh my god, she was so good.
I think
she's like, I burn for you or something like that. And I'm like, yes, I burn. Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, I like it.
I want them to make that musical a thing. She's coming up
to like the fourth. Songs. She did the fourth. What do you call it? Yeah, to the song. I saw it today, but they're not as good as the first one though. The first one was bomb.
Has anybody else heard anything about season 2? Like, have they confirmed it, denied it?
Sarah said a while ago that they already approved it.
So they have confirmed it.
They're just waiting for like filming for the COVID and everything.
Right.
Yeah, but
right.
Outlander season 1, episode 7. Wait, Jacqueline, you're talking about Outlander here. Now there's a scene in Outlander that I don't think is that great. So, I mean, it scared the shit out of me. And y'all know the rape scene that I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. That's like episode 11 or something like that.
That was whoa.
I skipped that. I was like, I can't watch that.
That was crazy. That was crazy. That was a really
I watched it. Yeah.
I watched it and then I was like, why the fuck did I watch that? You know what I mean? Like, like that was.
But episode 7, I think, is the wedding episode, and I've like watched that episode like 4 or 5 times.
I gotta go back to that. I have a girlfriend who used to watch. Really damn, what was that show? She used to watch it. Her and her husband used to watch one episode like 4 times. Let me find out.
Oh, it is. It's the wedding night. Yes. Yeah. Okay. That's it.
Not that one. Yeah. I've heard some interesting different things about Outlander, and I'm just like, I'm thinking I need to read the book first before I rush into the show.
I'm glad I read the book first.
Right.
That's why it took me so long to actually get around to watching the show as I did, because I really wanted to, since I was real early on to be reading historical, I really wanted to read that book before I watched the show. And now I'm questioning whether or not I should continue on with the series, because I keep hearing that the beginning of the series is really good, but the rest of the books are kind of like, eh. And right now I have this like, I love Jamie in my head, and I'm like, I don't know if I should just leave it there with the happy ending. Cause Chris keeps saying when they get over to America, it's all fucked up and, terrible.
It gets kind of whack in the show. Once they come to America and they colonize, that shit is fucking whack.
Oh, it'll be the show that I watch. Cause I don't think I can put myself through another 600-page book of Outlander.
But see, and they say the books are phenomenal. So I think that you're probably better off reading the book. But the show, I mean, I've caught up to this last season, and then I can't get past like episode 3, I think it is. Episode 3. I must have tried to watch episode 3 at least like 6 times, and then I'll just like start cleaning or do some other shit, and then I turn around, I'm like, oh fuck, I missed like 20 minutes. It just didn't grab me.
Yeah, I made the mistake of watching. I didn't know that it was books first, so like I was. Like a year or 2 ago, I was like watching on Netflix and I was like, what the hell is Outlander? It's like when they first put the first 3 seasons on Netflix. And I like binged the shit out of it. And I was like, oh my God, they're in Scotland. Like, let me just tell you, I had an obsession with Scotland. Like I almost had the trip booked and everything. So then I was like, oh shit, they're books. And so I read the first book and I thought like this first season and the first book were really good. Like they did really well. But I actually just finished A Breath of Snow and Ashes, which is I think the 6th book. I have them over there, so I was counting. I think it's the 6th book in the series, which is, or maybe the 5th book. I can't remember, which correlates with the season that is after this one. I don't remember exactly what it was. And they do get kind of like weird, but I watched all the show just because I want to keep up with it because I have to know what happens. Like I can't just not watch it. But like I liked the first couple seasons of Outlander more. Like when they go to America, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about America. Like we're here. It's not that great. Like
yeah,
we still don't give a fuck about America.
I was like, we didn't have the greatest history, so I really don't want to fucking see that all over again. Like,
we say that today.
We don't have the greatest future either.
Exactly. I'm like, we see it happening now. Like, don't watch the TV show. Like, just watch the news. That's what's happening right now. But I mean,
well, maybe I'll try the 2nd book, and then we'll see.
Well, yeah, because I mean, it's a commitment. Like Outlander is 600 pages each book. Was it 7 books? Like it's like
I'm gonna see if I can find it on audio.
My library has the audio for I think all of them. So I actually didn't read the physical book last year. That was like my year-long project. I didn't read it like physically because I tried. I have the physical copy and I was like, I can't get through this shit. There's too many characters. Like I'm not as invested. So I listened to it. It was like a 54-hour audiobook.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. It was long as hell. But like I did it. I kept like putting in my like hold for it every 21 days. I would like wait and put in my hold and pick back up. And it just took me forever. But I got through it and I didn't have to buy the audio for that. And thankfully my library, like I think they either have all of them or they're getting the rest of them. I can't remember.
By the way, I'm gonna hop on what Tori said. Your library has audiobooks. I did not know this until like 2 weeks ago, maybe, but your audiobook your library has audiobooks that you do not have to pay for. So like in my state, they let you, in my state, actually in Miami, my county, they let you have 6 audiobooks a month. So I'm like, that's like 6 books I don't have to pay for. And I'm so pumped. And they've got some really good ones on there too. It's not just like the older audiobooks. There's some new ones on there as well. So
Carrie, you need to call your library and you need to speak to your librarian and you need to explain that we're still in COVID lockdown. One library I go to, they allow you to have 25 audiobooks out every month. My main library I get my audiobooks from, right now the limit is $999 and it's been that way the entire time of COVID.
Oh my God. We live in the wrong place.
I would have died. Like literally they've got me at 6 and I'm like,
here's the thing. They don't have very good romance selections. So it's like 999 crappy sections, I'm in a county that's not as diverse as it should be. So there's very few African American books on there. There's very few historic. There's no smut at all.
Yeah. Well, we have Beverly Jenkins. I can't talk right now on ours, which like so many of hers. We've got some really smutty, diverse. Like we've got them all because I'm in California, so I'm happy. Like I'm so happy I'm here. But it's one of those things where it's like, I wish I had more than 6. I would like Melissa said, 25. Like
me too.
But listen, you guys know that you can use Libby, which most libraries have an account with Libby. And what happens is Libby is like a major database for all libraries in the United States. So you put your library card in, but you can get access to any library that has your audiobook or your ebook in the whole United States. You do know that, right? And then Hoopla connects to your library too. So if your library has
the one where tell me about Libby, because I have Libby, but it only lets me access the same books through the library that I have. How do I access everybody else's?
Libby is more Libby used to be Overdrive, right? So Overdrive was the same thing as Libby, where you put in your library card and you get access to like all the different libraries. With Overdrive, if like in my library, if they didn't have what I wanted, then I could go to your library in where you live, and I could see if your library, like you have access to all the different libraries, like a big database. But then they switched over to Libby. And Libby is the same thing, but with Libby, you're limited, right? You could only take, I think it's like 7 loans or something like that.
I don't know. Right? Libby only gives me what my Libby app and my Overdrive app are the exact same thing. I have no access to any other additional anything.
That's Hoopla. All right. So then what you got to see is if your library has a contract with Hoopla, because like Hoopla has a huge array of shit. Like if I can't find it in Libby, I'm finding that shit in Hoopla.
Yeah, but that's where we're limited to 6. I don't know, Tiffany, have you tried Hoopla in LA?
I haven't tried Hoopla, but my library, same thing. I'm listening to IAD through the library, and we only have, I think it's 5. I'm in Orange County, so like it's 5.
Girl, I'm right next to you.
Is it 5 at one time or 5 for the month?
It was 6 for me. I don't know. There might be dipping you one. For the month, yeah.
Oh, what is the month? Is it like
Samantha? Hey, Samantha.
To the 30th? Oh.
Yeah, Sam.
Oh my God.
Sam, you're in our area, babe. So can we sign up for Libby? Like, what's the deal? Like, because we're doing
all you need is your library card.
Well, yeah, we're doing Hoopla with 6, but I thought Hoopla and Libby are the same thing. Like they kind of like
it's completely different. No.
Oh, you're trying to tell me some shit. Okay, wait. Okay. So
the problem I live in Atlanta. Well, at least he does too. But we for Libby in my county library like only has Libby. I tried doing Hoopla, and it's like just one city in our county, and they do library cards weird. So like one city in our county has like a separate thing, and you can't get that library card unless you like say, hey, I live in this county or I work in this county. And I'm like, I don't want to get 2 damn library cards for one like county. It's a city that's like 15 minutes away from me. Why do I have to do that? So I can't get Hoopla without like getting that.
I can only do the same thing. I have Libby, but I use my husband's card too. So I use both our cards as my card, and then I get like our library will let you take 5 audios. So I will have
at a time.
10 at a time. So once you read one, you return one, and you can have that many. So it's not like a per month thing, but and then I have my sons. So I actually have 3.
Yeah. I have 3 library cards.
Yeah. So my son apparently, my son reads like some really racy things. My like 7-year-old.
Yeah, like, my husband's gonna start reading some really racy things at this point in time because I'm gonna give him a library card that he hasn't had for 20
years.
And
now they're not doing like they're not doing fees or fines.
Right.
So let me just read this to you guys real quick. It says, Hoopla identifies itself as a library media streaming platform. Libby by Overdrive, on the other hand, is an ebook, audiobook reader app which limits readers to borrow only written materials. In order to utilize both apps, users need a device and a Wi-Fi connection and a library card. The biggest difference between the two is that Hoopla's catalog is vast. There are over 500,000 items in Hoopla, including besides ebooks and audiobooks, movies and music, comics and TV shows. And then Overdrive is limited to only audiobooks and ebooks. Overdrive/Libby.
Is Hoopla free? How much is Hoopla?
It's free.
It is.
Yeah. So, and I like Hoopla because you can get the audiobooks. Like,
and you can get movies. You can get like Ariana's new CD. You can listen to that. You can like any.
And that's what I'm.
They have everything.
Right.
Yeah, they have all that.
Because I mean, I could pretty much get ebooks pretty much from anywhere. Like, but it's the audiobooks I want, and that's what's hard to like really get a hold of. Because it's only 6 audiobooks. Where like I think the ebooks you can get more.
I gotta start that. That is the tea.
That is like
you can thank me later, boo. You could thank me later. You know what I'm saying? Next time I make a video, you could just shout it out. Like, look, Chris got another video out.
We're also cheap. We're like, we ain't buying no audiobooks. We're like,
why? If it ain't free, it ain't for me. That's what I always say. If it ain't free, it ain't for me. Melissa, so Alicia knows my shit with Peloton right now. I'm fucking pissed.
It's like, hey, Tiffany is a Pelotoner too, so don't.
I love it.
Peloton.
All right, so let me fucking say something. I'm fucking pissed because now Melissa has to go and say libraries and Labradors, right? That's her name, Melissa, right?
Yeah, Melissa.
Sounds like how I share my Peloton login with my family. Let me tell you something, Melissa. I wish I had a fucking Peloton right now because I ordered that shit in December. They told me it was coming in February, and I just got an email a few days ago that now it's not coming till fucking March, and I'm pissed.
What?
Oh, no.
Yes.
Whoa, that's a
So
huge
mad.
back order.
And like, listen.
That's a huge back order.
I love to eat, but I actually really want to fucking get on this fucking bike. Like I want to lose the weight. I want to actually work out. And now that I really, really want to, my fucking bike's not coming. I'm so mad. And it's not a cheap bike. Let me tell you.
No.
It's expensive. $3,000 later. Yeah. I'm kind of pissed. I'm really pissed, but
we'll get a cushion to the booty. So I similar kind of thing.
Give me tips. Get me hype. I got like how many months? Well, January, February, March. 2 months to prepare for the shit. So give me some tips.
And try to do the app. You could do the app. I mean,
I have it.
Okay.
I have it.
I've
been doing the yoga and the meditation. You know?
You can do that.
Someone like join a running club with me because I want to run not by myself. Like literally, I need to run. I need a running club to like keep me motivated. Like,
oh, she said she doesn't have a Peloton, so she uses. Okay,
yeah, Melissa does the app. Yeah.
So I was looking at the Peloton hack, right? I was gonna buy like a $500 bike and then just get like an iPad and put it in the thing. I got the iPhone instead of the iPad. But anyway, I was gonna do that and like, you know, pretend like I'm on Peloton. I was like, fuck that. I work too hard. I want the real deal. I want to be able to swivel the screen. Like I'm just paying just for this fucking screen.
You got the new bike, mind.
You got the new one. I'm jealous.
This makes me think we should start like a workout like group to where like whoever's
Peloton and books.
Right.
Oh, you know, I'd be there. I'd be on that.
I know you'd be there hard. Alicia be running that shit. That's all Alicia right there.
I ain't doing no 100-mile bike rides that go fucking nowhere for nothing.
Yes, Jess does run, but she runs friggin' fast. You guys, she's okay. I know 26 minutes sounds like a long time for 3 miles, but 26 minutes is like, I'm like 32, 33 minutes. Like I'm like slow. I'm running, I'm huffing. That 3rd mile kills me. It kills me. I'm like,
I can't run with you, Carrie, but I will do like 10,000 steps with you and listen to an audiobook. I can do that.
Right. And I'm listening to my audiobook as I'm running 3 miles. And my husband doesn't understand. He's like, how do you listen to audiobook? But I'm like, I can't listen to the same music all the time. I need something different. Like I need to like hear something that isn't like the same song because I like 5 songs, maybe 7. Like, I mean, I of course I could put Michael Jackson on there and I go to town, but like at the end of the day, like I can only hear that so much to run to, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I love Michael Jackson. He's great. Best music.
All right, so I was a diehard Michael Jackson fan. Like when I tell you diehard, I mean like hard, like crying. I used to cry. Like you don't understand. I didn't talk to my sister-in-law for a year and a half because that bitch called me when he died, and I was like hysterical crying, and she called me laughing.
Oh, God.
Did you hear?
No, because he was supposed to go out on tour before that, and
I wanted to go.
I was so devastated. I was like so devastated.
No, you don't know. When I tell you, I took my earrings off, and my husband had to stop me from going out the door to fight his sister. That's how bad it was. Like, you know how much I love Michael. Like, this is some serious shit, and you're gonna call me. She's like, I know. Like, she's like, I know you're probably crying, and she's cracking up on the phone. Like, yes,
so
it was bad.
We'll go and murder your sister.
No, we're good now. We're good now. Hey, we're good now. Now we're good.
You let me know. We'll time and place. You know, it's on YouTube now forever.
I was like that with Prince. Like my brother, I'll never forgive him now that Prince is gone. My mom, as a gift, we were all gonna go, and my mom gave my brother the money. And he decided to upgrade the tickets, which left my ticket out of it. There wasn't enough money to get mine. So I didn't get to go see Prince. And now I'm still pissed about that. Because when am I going to get
you need to harbor.
Well, right. So I saw Janet I saw Janet in Manhattan probably about, I want to say 6 years ago. Maybe like 6 or 7 years ago, I saw her. And it was phenomenal. When I tell you, I sang every song, every word. I did not sit down. I didn't stop screaming. Like I love Janet. And then she had to go and get pregnant when I had just bought like front row seats to her show, and she canceled the concert. I don't know if you guys remember that.
No, I do, because when I fall in love, I pay attention. I just saw Elton John in November, and I'm like, okay, I'm so happy I saw his last concert because he fell in love too. And now it's all about the love and the babies.
I was so pissed. I was like, I think it was like almost $1,000 I spent on her tickets because I wanted to be like right there up. Yeah, I wanted to be right there up front. And then she sent out an email. You know, I know, and I'm with the baby. I'm like, you're fucking 50 years old, bro. You couldn't have done this shit a couple of years ago. I just bought these fucking tickets. I was so mad.
So here's the question, guys. Once we are out of COVID, who is going to go to see like a concert? Like once COVID is over, once we're done, like everyone's not like healthy, but everyone has shots and who's going to go see a concert?
I think I'm going to go to the gym before I go see. I'm going to go to the
I'm
gym.
not interested in concerts anymore.
Right? You're more so like book cons. Who's going to go venture into the world?
Like, I'll go to book con. Just stay 6 feet away from me. That's all. Yeah. And I will have a fucking stick to make sure you not playing.
By then, everybody will have their vaccinations, hopefully.
Okay, at that point, I'm doing Broadway. I like Broadway. I miss Broadway. I miss shows. I miss live shows. So maybe a concert, but like I'd rather like go see. I'm kind of geeky. I like plays.
Oh, that's great.
I do too. I love the theater. Oh my God. I love the theater since I was a little girl. My very first theater, my grandmother took me to. It was a play and it was called Don't Drink the Water. And I wore my little white patent leather shoes with my socks with the little ruffles on them. And I was such a grown up, and I got to have Shirley Temples that night. I was like, I don't know, 6 or 7. Got to have Shirley Temples. I wore my grandmother's shawl because I had to be fancy. And it was the best fucking thing I had ever seen in my whole life. I've been hooked on plays ever since then.
Well, I'm not kidding. Wicked has been a bucket list. Like for me, it's been Wicked.
Wicked was great.
I saw Wicked too. It was so good.
I'm the last person on the planet who hasn't seen Wicked, and I've been dying to see because I know I'm to LA. Like it's down the street from me, and I'm like literally like, why haven't I seen Wicked yet? And now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, okay, well, maybe 4 years from now I'll get to see Wicked.
You know, that's right. So is there a Broadway in every other? Because I know only Broadway in New York. Like that's where I see my place. So there's a Broadway in Georgia?
No. Well,
they have like a theater. America, they have like theater,
shows.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Travel, like. Previous to this, we have traveled, Christina. Like, just because we live in Georgia, that doesn't mean we haven't.
No, because Tiffany, shut up. I know that. Tiffany said, I want to go to Broadway. I'm like, I know she's not coming to New York just for a play, are you? No,
I come to New York just for a play. I come. Yes.
Hell, I go too.
Last December to see Dear Evan Hansen for the weekend. Yes, last December.
Yeah, and
but then Kerry said there's Broadway right down the street. So
well,
there's
a lot of like plays. I mean, Tiffany came back from this. Like when they're in New York, they will travel to LA to do like a West Coast.
Yeah.
Play. So
we have the Altria Theater here, so they come to the Altria Theater and they do their big plays here. So
right. I mean, because they have to they don't just stay in one playhouse; they'll travel around. And who knows? It could be two companies. Yeah. So it may not be the same one in LA, but they'll travel here and there and everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, I'm just ready. I guess I'm I'm making my bucket list for when COVID's over, because we can't be in quarantine forever. Like
one day we're going to do a meetup.
Right.
Well, we want to do a book con type of thing, like you know.
Yes, and I want to know where everybody will be at, because I will be there. Because I will be like, I've got my plane ticket, I'm gonna have my hotel accommodations, and I will be there wherever you guys are at. Let me know, because I will be there. Like I will be there first thing. Like I've got to meet my girl, and I've got to meet whoever else is there. But I've got to see you guys, because honestly, it's different from seeing me on the screen. They're gonna be like, "Oh, that's what you look like in person."
They'll be like, "Oh, that's that butt you were talking about, Kerry."
You don't even know it. You don't even know. But again, okay, so I have this on my lap for the first 20 minutes, or I just grabbed it. Tori, tell me about this book real fast.
Okay, hang on. You put me on the spot. Hang on. Okay. So I am a huge fan of like historical fiction, right? There's a difference between historical romance, historical fiction.
Right.
So going into this book, I didn't know that it was more on the historical fiction side with like a little bit of mystery. So if you are looking for like sexy, smutty romance, it's not there. Just
so Alicia, this is a no for you, girl.
Yeah, I'm telling you. But it is. I loved the culture. So I'm like a cultural snob. Like I love exploring different things. Like I minored in Korean in school. Like in college, I took Chinese literature classes. Like I love all of it. So this book really brings not only like, I'm also like a huge history person. So like I love learning about history. So it's because it's 1926, you have like communists, nationalists, you have Shanghai, you have like the white people, American, British, French. They're kind of like they're coming into Shanghai to try and take over. So you have like multiple things going on at the same time, along with the reimagining of Romeo and Juliet, which was done really well. And you can see scenes in the book very similar to the actual like William Shakespeare. So it's kind of like, I don't know what to categorize it. I saw that it's like multiple different things. It's literally like historical fiction. You have some fantasy aspects. It's definitely there. That's a big part of the plot. Then you have like some like small like romance in there, and then you have like mystery. So if you go on Goodreads, it's tagged all those things. And I was like, well, yeah, that all makes sense. So it is, I really enjoyed it. It's a really good read. It was like solid, like I posted on my Goodreads, it's like a solid 4 stars for me, but I go back and forth between like 4.5. So it wasn't a 5-star read for me, but she just posted that the second book is called Our Violent Ends, I think, or These Violent Ends. I don't know. I like lost my mind earlier today, and I cannot wait for that book. So if you didn't know, it ends on a cliffhanger.
Oh, bummer. Okay, because I was going to read this.
Okay, now I will wait till the next one comes out.
Right.
Yeah. So it ends on a cliffhanger, and the ending is really like, I usually can see stuff coming, and I didn't see it coming. It was really, really good.
See, and this is the thing. My first smut was Romeo and Juliet. Like that shows you how old I am. Like my first, like any introduction to smut was Romeo and Juliet. So when this came out, I was just like, heck yeah, sign me up.
That's why it's not a retelling. Right. So she used the word reimagining for a reason, and it's definitely a reimagining, but it's done really, really well. I really enjoyed it. Like the prologue, like if you know Romeo and Juliet, like William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, you will get the prologue. Like it makes you like, it made me laugh because I was like, that was really clever. but like you don't get it until like after you read the prologue and you put it together. It was a really good read. I really enjoyed it. It was something I haven't read in a very long time. It was very refreshing. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit different, that brings a lot of elements together, like different genres, you'll like this book.
Right. And you know what? For the authors, I'm always like, if you're a clever author and you can give me some really well-written book, I am there for it. Like, that's why, I mean, The Cruel Prince doesn't have a lot of smut in it, but the way she wrote it is brilliant. Like, if you want something that's like fae elements, you do have your romance in there, but it's like the way she wrote it with the faes making deal with humans. It just was so well written that it's like, you don't even realize that you're not reading a romance. You're reading a really well-written book, period. So, I mean, if that's what this is, I am down for that. Like that is.
I will say though, like I love a badass female. And for me, like Juliet was fucking badass. Like,
yeah. Down.
She carries a knife. Down. Like she knows, like it was so good. I really liked it.
Right. No, that's why I like S.J. Maas. And that's why I like when she did, what is it? The Throne of Glass series, because you have Aelin, who's an assassin. Like, show me any assassin, show me any women that's kicking butt. And I'm like, sign me up for that. Cause I am there for it. Like just kick some ass and take names later. Like, that's me. Absolutely. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. So anyways, you guys made it to an hour and 24 minutes. And I'm not kidding. I probably could talk to you guys for another like 10 years. I'm not kidding. Like,
yeah, like, Carrie, but in your world, it's 7:30. In my world, it's almost 10:30 at night.
Yeah, girl. Yeah.
I'm like, let's keep going for the next 10 years. But okay, so I'm going to throw this out there. Saturday, I know I told you guys Kerrigan Byrne was going to be on today. Saturday, Kerrigan Byrne will be on my channel.
She said she's coming with her bells and whistles. That's what she said.
Bells
and
whistles.
Yeah, she just had a little something that she had to take care of. I told her no big deal.
Right.
Shit happens.
And we understand that. Like life happens. I mean,
and listen, she wasn't even gonna be like doing this with us right now. She initially wasn't gonna like do any lives until March, but she like hopped on and she had fun and she wanted to do it today. But like I said, shit happens. So, she wasn't set up to even hang out with us on Saturday, but she
I love Kerrigan, so she can do no wrong in my eyes. So
yeah, she's
the girl. If she wants to come on Saturday, she can tell me she wants to come on Monday, and I will make that happen for her. So I am excited to have her on Saturday. I want to give a special shout out to Tiffany and Tori. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, you guys are fun.
If you guys want to know where these lovely ladies are, they are in the description box below. Please go. Honestly, I was going to say register for their channel, but I literally had way too much.
Subscribe
to their channel. Because they are awesome. And don't play.
Coming soon.
Channel. Like literally, I'm going to be bugging Tiffany to get a YouTube channel. She needs to check that off her list because
yes, girl.
I'll be your first subscriber.
Don't be pressured into doing anything you don't want to. Psych, do it. No, I'm playing.
Let's be honest. Tori has phenomenal videos up. So if you're not subscribed,
Tori, you're adorable. We love you, girl. Thank you
for
her
podcast. She's a podcast.
So, anyways, I love you guys. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. And as always, have a fab night, guys. And I love you all. Take care.